Alienation. What is alienation, and what is alienation given by Karl Marx? So if we see literal meaning of that alienation, it is like from outer world. People are like, we used to say aliens, to whom we don't know, or to whom the person who is from the outside of the world, our this world. So what exactly is alienation? Okay, people unable to adjust with the society and getting alienated. Just try to understand this sentence. I will give you one sentence, then we will understand it, what is that meaning. Okay, people unable to adjust with the society. Okay, what does it mean? When some person is unable to adjust with the current environment, he will be getting alienated. It means he will be feeling alone. He will be getting separated from the society. So this is the meaning of alienation with the term of Karl Marx, and or in the view of the society, that people is let us suppose, just imagine one person who is unable to adjust with the society, or a person of your or your colleague from your class who is unable to adjust from the class, and is sitting alone in the corner of the classroom. So he is getting alienated from all those people. Okay, so it may be what is the reason behind it, alienation? That it may be due to lots of work. It may be due to lots of work and unable to adjust with the society. As per Karl Marx, he was born in capitalist society where workers are getting exploited and getting alienated. So he is saying that in his capitalist period, workers were not taken care by the was not given importance or respect from the society, and they were getting alienated. They were getting alienated from the landlords. Okay, earlier people who were producing anything, they can share with it. Earlier, like, people used to sharing, such as agricultural product, but the thing produced by the labor, they are unable to buy or make it use for themselves. It means like the product that they are developing, the workers, the product that they are developing, they are manufacturing, but they are unable to use it. They are unable to cope up with the society, so they are getting alienated. Man after alienation will become improvised thing, like robot. He is just working, this is a job, I have to do it for earning, that's it. So he is getting alienated and will become improvised like robot. He does not have to worry, he is not bothering about his environment, what kind of thing, just I have to come and do the work. He does not have over the society or social things. Before Karl Marx, Hegel also talked about it, alienation. It is not like Karl Marx was the first who talked about alienation. No, Hegel also talked. Hegel was his friend from whom Karl Marx was motivated, and he generated his own idea, his own context, taking idea of the Hegel, and he generated his own word. He generated his own sociologist or enlightenment thinking, where he added like everyone who is getting alienated, whatever the reason, he just added economy in it. Like whatever the reason is happening, whatever the exploitation is happening, it is because only of economical or because of economics or financial issue. Okay, but he believed that the reason of alienation was from religion. Who believed? Hegel believed. Hegel believed that the reason of alienation was from religion. Thomas Hobbes, he said that the slave and prisoner get limited independence, get alienated from the society. I am giving different thinkers what they have said. Okay. And David Drigman, he said people are so much busy in Western culture and getting alienated from the society. Okay, just make me a one point. Like Hegel, the reason for alienation was from religion. Is just involved, the person is completely involved in religious activity. He wants to do puja and all rituals kind of things, or ceremony kind of things. Okay. And similarly, if we talk about Thomas Hobbes, he said that slave and prisoners get limited independence and get alienated from the society. Okay, this simple sentence, like slave and prisoners are getting limited independence and get alienated from the society. Okay, Thomas David Rigman, he said people are so much busy in Western culture and get alienated from the society. So what the conclusion is here that alienation leads to dehumanization. So victim of exploitation in the world of capitalism will be unable to buy things for themselves due to inequality in salary. That if I write it here, alienation, what is the cause of alienation? What does alienation do? So alienation leads to dehumanization. How will you feel that a person, your friend, like one of a member in your classroom is sitting alone and he is completely, he is not talking with anyone and nobody is talking to him also. So it is like a dehumanization for him. Okay. So victim of exploitation in the world of capitalism due to inequality in salary and extreme division of labor. I have talked in another chapter also, so from there you can know about what is division of labor. Extreme division of labor will be present in producing a product, and thus they would not have any interest on that product. That extreme division, like suppose there is a factory A, and in that factory worker C, B and C and D, E and F are working. Okay, and B is working with small motor. C is working with nut bolt. D is working with some another part. And total work will produce a car. Okay, so now we can see that B doesn't know about car, C doesn't know about car, D doesn't know about car, because B is working with a small motor kind of thing, C is working with a small nut and screw, C is working with a small screw parts of the car, D is working with another part. So in total we can see that none of them is working in producing a car completely. So they will also lose their hope in buying a car. So they also will not have an interest in buying that car, because they are not completely involved in manufacturing of the car. This is the meaning of the above sentence, that extreme division of labor will be present in producing a product, and thus they would not have any interest on that product because they don't know what exactly they are producing. Okay, and they will have, because they will have limited role, and this concept, this thing was written in Das Kapital book of Karl Marx. Okay, so this is the overview of this exactly is what is alienation. Okay, so if I will give you a important sentence like exact with the book content, I will tell you that as a summary I am giving you. This summary is not exactly a summary, this will be a big one. That just listen my words. If I found anything I have to write, I will write it. Okay, workers are alienated as they don't have any interest. What is exactly the alienation from the perspective of Karl Marx, where Karl Marx was saying like workers are alienated as they don't have interest in it, but they are working for the money and producing it. Further, even if they have interest over it, they can't buy it. Before Karl Marx, Hegel also talked about it, alienation, but in view of religion. Religion may create alienation in person. He may keep himself alienated from the entire world and keep busy with his religious activity. Here I have talked about. And Hegel give lots of importance to spirit in Hindi jazba. Okay, and alienation and one spirit, that spirit word is also one related to virtual kind of things. So Hegel that alienation results due to outward projection of spirit, metaphysical concept, not be tested empirically. It can't be tested at religion, that can't be tested logically. Okay, and Feuerbach is another one thinkers like Thomas Hobbes have talked about, David Rigman. Similarly, Feuerbach told that man is attributing some quality to non-existing entity, such as Hanuman in India. It is known as god of strength. That and in like alienation is manifested in the form of religion. Man attributes those human qualities lacking in him to a non-existent entity. We lose ourselves self-alienation the more we surrender to God. See here, what is he saying by Feuerbach, that alienation is manifested in the form of religion, man attributes those human qualities lacking him to a non-existing entity. We lose ourselves, self alienation. That is, alienation is manifested in the form of religion, and man attributes those human qualities lacking in him to a non-existing entity. What is that non-existing entity? Let us suppose, like man has let us suppose you don't have a strength, so man has created one god in India like Hanuman. He is known as god of strength. So the qualities that he lacked, he gave him to a non-existing entity, and we lose ourselves as self-alienation. And the more we surrender to God, as we lose ourselves, the more we surrender to God. Okay, so Marx is talking like transform the metaphysical nature of alienation to a sociological one, and alienation is a psychological state resulting due to a sociological conditions. Okay, he felt alienation was rooted in the nature of the society. That what Marx was saying. Karl Marx was saying that he felt alienation was rooted in the nature of the society. That means for Marx, alienation is real and it exists in the world, and it rooted with, like, for them feedback is like it is from religion, it is like virtual. But for Marx, alienation is real and it exists in the real world. Okay, so how the development of alienation happen? How the development alienation happen? Okay, so in early stage man was alienated from nature. Like in early, man was alienated from nature. Then he is utilizing the nature, then he starts utilizing the nature, then he starts utilizing the nature, and after that he developed the forces of production. There is greater division of labor. After that he developed forces of production, that will in short form, if you write FOP, there is greater division of labor. Okay, I have not written full form anywhere, so I will write it here, division of labor. His control over the nature increases. His control over the nature increases, and his alienation from nature decreases. Like now he is working with the nature, so his control over the nature increases, his involvement has increased, and thus his alienation decreases. Now alienation will transform into social sphere. Now alienation will transform into social sphere. However, with division of labor, alienation was transformed into civilian labor. This thing is the meaning. In capitalist society, Punjivadi, in capitalist society, division of labor and institution of private property developed to the highest levels. Now in capitalist society, division of labor and institution of private property will start developing. So relation become contractual, alienation reaches its peak. Now, as I have said, like division of labor start, as division of labor start, then it will produce a product, but they do not have an interest in producing the product, as I have said in Das Capital book. So same thing here it is writing, due to all these things, that is division of labor, capitalist society will make alienation at its peak. Okay, so initially man was alienated from the nature because of development of forces of production. His alienation with nature also got declined. Now improvement in division of labor will be leading in the decline of alienation through nature. So I will explain it here. The process of production, transformation of human creative power into material objects. The process of production, like what is the process of production? So transformation of human creative power into material object, is that it will transform the process of production will transformation of human creative power into material objects, material things. And what will the objectification of human creative power? That capitalist will decide what to do and what not to do. That means of production are owned and controlled by few capitalists, while the workers have no control, and alienation manifests in multiple ways. So alienation will exist in multiple ways. That if you write in objectification of human creative power, so means of production are owned now and controlled by few capitalists, while workers have no control over it. That capitalist will decide what to do and what not to do. Okay, so manifestations of alienation, that alienation from product. How alienation from product? I will just explain. This is the last topic from alienation. I talked about everything about alienation. You won't find anything extra, you won't find anything missed here regarding alienation or from any topic whatever I upload on the channel. So what is manifestation of alienation? What do you understand by it? Like how the people will get alienated from the product. Like suppose alienated from product. What do you mean by it? That product appropriated by the capitalist, now it is owned by the capitalist and worker has no control over it. The same thing that I have said here, that man is alienated from his product, as what kind of production to be produced is decided by capitalist and he will not have control over it. Man is alienated by the production here, as entire part is divided, division of labor is there. Okay, alienation from production also, that all decision will be taken by capitalist. Okay, alienation from product, it means that worker have no control over it, that here worker have no control over it, and here all decision both are relating to each other, all decision taken by capitalist. Okay, now alienation from himself, that now labor does not offer satisfaction, just a mean of survival. The work for the worker is just a mean of survival, Work is no longer manifestation for himself, rather a commodity to be sold. No animal has to work for its survival to others' bidding, that is capital's bidding. Now, like the worker is working for the benefit of capitalist, now it is creating conflict between worker and owner. That worker is saying like, we are not getting anything, we are not enjoying the work. Like enjoying means they are just alienated from their work. So now the conflict will start. So now it will occur alienation from society. Now alienation from society will occur, that social relations are not just a market relations. Man judged by his position in the market. Like alienation of society, what kind of work you are doing, what are you earning, on that basis person's status will be judged. So in the same manner, if a person is not at a good position, he will be feeling or getting alienated from the society. Capitalists are also self-alienated, but it is not like that workers are only self-alienated. Capitalists are also self-alienated. That false consciousness, chase useless goals. They are just producing and producing, they are just earning and profit. For what? That they are chasing useless goal for money. Ultimately, money is not everything. Religion. Prevalence of religion and belief in God is a result of estrangement of man, soul of haughtiness world. Prayer is a sigh of misery. Religious is opium of masses. Just through this sentence you will understand. Religion is opium for masses. I am not going to care about thing. I will pray and I will go to heaven or I will see God. You, whatever you are earning, this is not good for you. These kind of thoughts coming in religion. So it is acting as like opium. You are not in a normal state of mind. You are not thinking empirically, rationally, logically, such as in karma theory in Hindu, that presently whatever you are suffering, example writing, that karma theory of Hindu mythology, like whatever you are suffering is because of your past, and religion is giving them relief. If they continue this, then in next life he will get relief from all his pain. So this kind of thinking will keep you in religious, and you are not worrying about anything, and you will get alienated. So now the meaning of alienation is getting changed every time, and no longer based on objective condition but identified with the subjective dispositions also. So that's what the whole about alienation. None of the topic is left from alienation perspective, and this is all. Thank you.